Hi guys, I just wanted to mention a couple of things about mounting this spindle clamp. I have it centered between, it's right in the middle of this board. I measured the board and then I measured the clamp and I got the difference, divided it by 2, and I made a block to go here and a block to go there, and they were flush on both sides and it fit right in between there. That's how I located my holes. Okay, I had them clamped on there, and then the clamp was sitting in position, and I marked the holes on the board where it goes. I drilled the holes and I flipped the board over and I countersunk it. If you'll notice, the head of this thing is tapered. Okay, so you're going to want to taper the back, because if you'll notice that these bolts right here are in line, well, they're just a little bit outside of the rail, and if you don't countersink it, they're going to stick out and you'll run into your rail. You won't be able to work. It won't work. I promise you it won't work. So you got to countersink the back side of this board after you put your holes in it, and then you'll put everything back together. Okay, now the way I got my height is I put these 1, 2, 3 blocks up, and I brought the Z-axis down. It's in the home position now, but I brought the Z-axis down and I let it sit on top of these. Now my spoil board is flat and it's true to the machine. So with that clamp sitting on here, I was really close already being right. So then I just snugged everything up, and then I trammed it, and when I tram it, I use an indicator. So I'm within 1/1000th this way and 1/1000th this way. I don't get machine lines on the board like you see, like your step over lines. I don't get them. You can see on here, I just finished machining this and I'm fixing to carve it. It's the reason I put this tool in there, and so they're not there. I don't get those. Indicator, if you know how to use one, if you have one, that's the way to go. And when you mount this, if you'll bring your spindle motor down, you want to stop about 1/4 of an inch right there, and then that'll give you enough room down here to be clearing this. I could stick something up under there and machine it right there, because I'm just below that screw head for that screw right there. I'm just below that with the tip of my tool, and I do that when I put it in. I can go up in there another 1/4 inch with this tool. You know, you can see that right there. But if you'll do that when you mount this thing, leave your room there. If you're up too high and you come up with your Z-axis, your fan on your motor is going to hit this bracket right here. So I leave a little bit of clearance there. I am homing the Z-axis right now. So that's how I did it. It's, you know, real easy. I mean, it's a little bit of work, but it's as far as doing it, it's easy. But you got to take this back apart. You got to take it apart to do it. So you can use this to tram your Y, because you can just tap this. If you leave it a little loose, you can tap this to get your Y in, and you'll still have to use the shims back here to bring your X in. Okay, so if you have any questions, just ask me, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. But don't forget, countersink that hole. Oh, and just use a locking nut with a washer. You know, you don't have to use a lock washer, just a locking nut. You know, they have the nylon inside of them. You can see it in there. For some reason it don't want to focus on my hand, but anyway, you can see it in there. And like I said, if you have any questions, just ask, and I'll be glad to try to answer it for you. And then I'll let you guys know about my vise here. This is Lifesaver right here, buddy. Lifesaver. I'll let you know about this. I'll do a video on it maybe. Anyway, have a good one.